Hi, welcome back. This video is just going to be on where I've started and where I'm at now with my mental health. When I was a little kid, I was very hyperactive. I couldn't sit still. I had a hard time concentrating. At school, I'd actually get in trouble because I always wanted to talk, and I couldn't sit still at my desk. I couldn't focus on my work that I was supposed to be doing. It actually got me knocked into one of the disability classes for the mentally challenged when I was, way back in elementary school. The second sign was when I was 12, is when my suicide attempts started. When I was 12 years old, I was working on a horse farm and I got into a huge rut of despair and I tried to drown myself in a river. But someone pulled me out and I'm still here today. And then the other time was the second time, not long after that. I remember vividly just standing at the edge of the road wanting to throw myself in front of a car. I was sobbing hysterically, crying hysterically, and my life just felt like it was never going to go anywhere. I just 12 years old. And so I stood there waiting for a car. I was trying to pick the right moment to step out in front, and my dad had actually caught me in the window. And he actually told me, if you're gonna do it, do it. If you're not gonna do it, get the fucking back in the house. So that was when my depression really started, and not feeling like life was worth living. From there, I would go on to just self-loathing, self-hatred. I hated every part of myself. I thought I was ugly. I thought I was stupid, worthless. I was so lonely. I felt abandoned. I always thought I was fat. I never felt like I was enough. I always thought my art sucked and my writing sucked. I just thought I was just bad. Like, that was always my running mantra. I'm a bad person. Everything I do is wrong. Every time I try to help someone, I'm bad, because I try to help people when they don't want it, and it gets me into trouble. And so, yeah, I always felt really bad. Then I would become a body mutilator in high school. I would cut myself with razor blades, knives. I would actually put safety pins through my arm in rows. And they were really deep. They weren't just shallow. They were really deep. I remember feeling this weird scraping feeling underneath my skin. So I don't know if I was hitting the tendon. I'm not a doctor or anything. Then I would actually relay sewing needle and thread back through those safety pin holes and have a crisscross thread going through my arm. And I can't even imagine to this day how I ever managed to do that, and I'm lucky that I just never got an infection, because I could have gotten a really bad infection under my skin. So from there, I moved on to more suicide attempts. I've tried to overdose numerous times on Tylenol. I tried overdosing on antidepressants once too, which is a pretty terrible idea because it's very hard to kill yourself on antidepressants. So from there, I have moved on to where I am now, which is self-acceptance and self-love. I no longer have those horrible racing thoughts. My thoughts were always I'm ugly, I'm stupid, no one can ever love me, I'm worthless, I should just kill myself. Those thoughts aren't there anymore. So that is where I started and where I am now. And again, I've done a lot of work over the years. Really, I started doing some self-help techniques and with my spirituality, in my early teens. And that's actually something some of my new age hippie spirituality always encourages, especially in meditation, to deal with some of your painful memories and traumas. But it wasn't until later that I found a good trauma therapist. I started the complex PTSD work. I fully embraced my spirituality, which was really hard for me to do because I was told by so many people that what I experienced spiritually was not real. So I believed it because I was told it by almost every single partner, almost all of my friends. So I've been using my spirituality now more than ever. I do a lot more meditation with my spirituality and guides. I do journaling again, art journaling. I write. almost daily. So yeah, so that's where I was. That's where I am now. Now I'm currently trying to build new connections with real people and start making friends again, because making friends and connecting to humans in a way for me is really hard. So I'm focusing on that now, trying to make connections with some old coworkers, and hoping that works out. So yeah, that's this video in a nutshell.